It's a case of a Downton Abbey disaster, and more importantly, which star has disgraced themselves on the small screen. Hi, good morning, Neil Sean here. Nice to see you as ever, nice to have your company. And also, I just want to let you know I will be completing my memories of the wonderful Dusty Springfield. Also, I wanted to point out that another star that a lot of you will remember from a few years back now, yes, I know, is the brilliant Kiki Dee, the Bradford-born superstar who topped the UK and US charts with Sir Elton John and Don't Go Breaking My Heart. I did an interview with Kiki. I think it was just, are you like this? She's kind of like, was it pre-pandemic? I can't remember now. But she was out, promoting a new tour and a new album, Another Ageless Diva. So I thought I'd share some memories about Kiki along with Dusty exclusively for you on this channel, because we do like to look back. And these are true superstars, aren't they? In my opinion anyway. Real singers who could literally entice an audience, and more importantly, that magic word that we don't really hear much about now, entertain. Back as ever to your breaking news story of the day. This particular news story all centres on a person who was, for a nanosecond, a huge superstar in the colossal TV success that is Downton Abbey. Now, if like me, you've often thought Downton Abbey is just a modern day version of the classic upstairs, downstairs, you wouldn't be far wrong. A little bit more production values, but who misses Mr. Hudson, Mrs. Bridges, Ruby, Rose, and of course the Bellamys, a far classier family I felt. But Downton Abbey, of course, is also a wonderful series. Like the storylines, there's some wonderful actors in there, and it takes you back to a time where you think, thank goodness I wasn't scrubbing pots in the pantry. And I know, before you say it, that would be my place. I know, in that era for sure. But it was one person who made a very big mark in the early stages of Downton Abbey as none other than Lady Mary's first husband, played by the actor Dan Stevens. Now, he popped up over here on British television trying to resurrect his career because he dashed off to Hollywood thinking he was going to become the next big superstar. People sort of said he had a vision of Errol Flynn. I'll leave that one to ponder for you. Now, I was on a little watch TV show over here on the BBC, and he was busy plugging yet another streaming sort of drama that he's in, all about the Watergate scandal. And yes, it's that long ago that it's now become a drama. And basically he was talking about the character he was playing and saying it's all about a dictator who doesn't know when to quit and bullies people, etc. And he said, oh, I think actually I'm speaking about Boris Johnson. Now, the presenters who were there looked rather aghast, naturally so. But more importantly then, he carried on and said, oh no, it's about this particular character. He cheap shot, of course, at the government, at the current British Prime Minister, and I think more importantly really let himself down, because what you have to remember, people who watch Downton Abbey truly believe that these people are the character, classy and of course full of class, something of course he's not, he's simply an actor. But moving forward, the bigger backlash now has been, did the BBC know exactly what Mr. Stevens was going to say? And let me explain the reasons why. They rehearse these shows thoroughly, and an actor of Mr. Stevens' calibre simply couldn't be asked a question without it being told in advance. Have to know exactly what they're going to be asked by the presenters. So more importantly, somebody somewhere within that particular show knew exactly what Dan Stevens was going to say. Big uproar, as you can imagine, over here, because now the BBC are being accused of bias politically once again, and we've yet to hear an apology from Dan Stevens. But of course, the longer it rumbles on, he's hopeful that at least somebody might tune in to his latest drama streaming on one of those streaming services. How has it played out for him though? I think people now will be very nervous to invite him back on live TV shows when he's trying to be radical and of course refocus people onto his career. As ever, we like to be impartial on the show, so I'd love to know what you think to this. Should actors really be becoming political on TV shows when they're there simply to entertain? And more importantly, would it put you off watching them or that particular drama they're trying to plug? Let me tell you, the feeling over here in the United Kingdom was that of absolute disgrace, because once again, people who did like him as an actor, seemingly, if you look at the barrage of abuse that followed on social media, are simply now unliking him. As ever, when I know more, you'll know more. Neil Sean.